So I'm in the middle of building my second 4x4 or working 4x4 using this Jeep Rubicon, and I went back to the bevel gears because I changed the motor back to a high torque motor, low speed high torque motor, and I also changed the gears. So I found out that one of the tooth for this bevel gear is jacked up. This smaller tooth here got chipped. Either got chipped or something happened to it. So now I'm gonna have to run adjust the rear wheels and just use the front for steering. So I think I finally got it to work properly, but without the 4x4 effect. As I was showing you earlier, one of the gears was jacked up. One of the tooth was either missing or was made like that. So I only have the rear hooked up right now, and the front is basically empty. And so these wheels are just free riding. Everything is basically the same as if I was running the worm gears. Here I swapped out the motor to a high torque motor, and I swapped the gears out to these bigger gears. Looks like this. It's actually the same motor as the one I used previously. This is the previous motor, and I think it runs about 48 or 50,000 RPM with no load at 3 volts, I believe. And this one, it's a high torque motor that runs about 80 RPM at 3 volts. It's the same motor. It's just got all these reduction gears here, so it can run at a higher torque. So let's test this guy out. So remember, I'm just running the rear wheels, and it is really strong. I was able to climb over stuff because this motor is so torquey. Yeah. So even though this is not a 4x4, I want to test it going over the rocks. The motor has enough torque to where it will just keep turning and keep churning the wheels, that I could just go over these rocks with no issues. So let's try on sand to see how it handles. And if you imagine, if this was 4x4, it would be even better. overall, I'm very satisfied with the way this turned out. Turns out the new motor, high torque motor, was perfect for my need. And if this would have been a 4x4, it would have been even better and a lot more stronger. It has the perfect amount of speed. I know some people like to have the RC goes fast, but for my case, I usually like to have it much more slower so I can control it and drive around. But overall, this was really good build. Hopefully when I get a new set of bevel gears, I can make this 4x4.